and welcome to Conquering My Scrap More with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and today we're bringing you one of my favorite lessons on color theory. Now, I ran through here just before we decided to start filming, and I picked out 16 fabrics. I just decided, okay, everybody talks, and they all talk about struggling with picking fabrics and how colors work together, and just, they cringe at the idea of going to their stash and pulling together something that looks kind of cohesive. Well, I have a really easy way of doing this, and I have tried this several times, and I've gotten people to try it several times, and it's just one of those simple little games that you can play to make something wonderful. But before we get into how I'm going to do this cheat, I want to talk to you about Jo's Country Junction. Her YouTube channel seems like it's a lot of fun. She's just, she's getting her going, and when you check her out, and if you like what you see, subscribe, and tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you there. Okay, so come on in, we'll get this done with our 16 fun fabrics. Okay, you can see this pile of fabric is pretty eclectic, right? It's like, wow, it's all over the place. So let's pull out, first off, let's pull out our darks. We're going to line them up from darkest to lightest, right? So this deep aubergine looks dark to me, and then we would go to this navy and white. So I'm lining them up. Oops, I got to get them into a shot, don't I? Oh no, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, does that look darker than this? Maybe. That's kind of a cute little print. Wow, you can't even see the... Here, I'll put some white behind it. Hang on. We'll do some white behind it there, and then you'll see what I'm talking about there. So that looks okay so far. Now, this is an Australian print. Now, I just pulled these out randomly because I figured, okay. And when you're doing this, don't panic, don't stress. There's no wrong answer. A lot of people think, oh no, I'm going to be judged. No, you're not. Everybody does this, and everybody takes some time sometimes in learning how to do this, right? Now these are getting lighter. This is probably lightest. And then this, and this is probably lighter than this. And, okay, that's... maybe, and that's a little bit darker. Let's see. Nope, that's probably that way. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things, and we've got 16 fabrics here, right? So, take your phone, turn your phone on, go to your camera, right? Now, when you're doing this, there's usually a spot where you see 3 dots, right? I don't know if you can see it. There's so much glare. 3 dots right there. Right there. Now when you press that 3 dots, it gives you all the shades, right? So what you want to do is you want to lift this up and take a picture of the fabric. Now this fabric's in the wrong spot. It'll tell you which fabric's in the wrong spot, right? Which will help you, because you'll get like more, okay, that's definitely medium, it's not a dark, okay, which is okay. And let's see if there's anything else that's out of order. Yeah, that's all pretty much darks. And we roll through. It's this one? Oh, well, this one. Oh, it's this one. The green one is out of order. Yeah, the green one's out of order. So, I'm just going to move these over now. It's still out of order when I put it here. Now, basically, when you're working with grayscale, it takes all the color out, and this one's darker than the green. Okay, so that's fine. Now we'll just get this, and it helps you to see the color without the color, right? So now we go pretty much from the palest. These are all pretty pale. Then we go to the mid shades, and then we go to dark, right? So we've got everything, and the camera on grayscale is basically telling us what we need to know, right? So you can kind of see nothing's really standing out. Nothing at all is really standing out. These are very close, right? So you can kind of see that, yeah, they're all kind of in the same value, right? So we're not really too far out. Okay, so we've got this in the right spot. Now there's 16 of them. I'll just turn my phone off. There's 16 of them. So what we're gonna do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, what happens next? I'm just gonna flip that around. So what happens is these 4 and these 4 and these 4 and these 4. These 4 will make a nice quilt because you have enough contrast between them, right? Because you now have like that darker, you know, Kelly green look, and then your medium purples and reds and orange, but you also have all your pale colors. So basically it's your, you know, dark to mid medium values would go with your paler colors, right? Now if you wanted to split this down further, you could do these 2 with these 2. And that would give you some wonderful contrast as well, because you have enough contrast between them, right? That you would actually be able to see all of this. You know, it wouldn't matter which one you're using even, it would, you know, you're going to be able to see them, right? So that's something. Now let's go to the darker colors, because now you're dealing with the lighter mediums. Now with your darker colors, this is what you have. So you're going to be able to put these 2, so you got that green and that blue, cobalt blue, that kind of a red background with, you know, green accents. These and these 2 together, because you have enough contrast. You have enough going on here with the teal and this green, with the red and the blue, that it doesn't matter which one they go up against, you're going to be able to see them, right? Now, the same with this aubergine and navy and this, you know, pink and this orange. You're going to be able to see everything. And I think that's the biggest thing where people start to struggle. They'll put, you know, too many things of the same value in their quilt, because they'll put these 2 up against each other and go, well, how come I can't see this, right? It's like you can hardly see the aubergine, this really deep purple, unless I put something white behind it, because it matches so well with the wood, right? So you kind of have to, there's not enough contrast here between these 2 to make it work, and these 2 are too close to the same value. But if you start putting them together like this, then all of a sudden you've got something that you can actually work with those. And this works no matter what you pull. This is such a bizarre little I guess cheat. It's not necessarily a cheat, but it's a different way of looking at color and contrast, right? Because color gets all the credit, value does all the work. Exactly, right? Because now you can add any low volume, you know, like a true low volume to all of this. And when you're working with, let's say, 3 colors, you know, like a low volume, like color 1 and color 2, any of this would work. Now, it's your preference, right? Whether you want orange or yellow and purple to go together, or teal and green. That's your preference. If you don't like those color combinations, you don't have to work with them. But you know, some people like teal and purple, and some people love the yellow. This is kind of a goldy yellow, so this would go well with that kind of a leaning. It's a green that leans more to the brown. But I mean, you know, this is where your preference comes into. But yeah, to get enough contrast, this is what you're looking at. And again, you know, some people don't like the idea of pink and red together, but this would work. It would work. You would be able to see them. You know, like orange and yellow. This is pale enough yellow that you would be able to see them, right? Even though one is a Civil War and the other one's more of a modern graphic. So these are all things you kind of need to think about when we're working with our colors. And you gravitate naturally to colors that you like together. right? And I mean, I'm always overrun by blue because I like blue. But I like blue in a lot of different things. But I continue to make, I love, this is my favorite blue. This is the right cobalt blue. But blue is probably the most favorite color all around, because even this blue I like very much. So anyways, this is what we've got. And I hope you try this trick. It doesn't matter what fabrics you pull. You can get your spouse and your kids to pull, you know, like pull 10 fabrics and you pull another 10 fabrics. Don't look at what he's pulled. And you start doing the same exercise, and you'd be surprised what colors would go together and what would work against each other, and where you would see contrast. Okay? Okay, this was a fun little exercise on color. And the more exercises you do on color, the easier it is for you to put colors together that you like. And you find too that you start to learn to like other color combinations. Really, but it all boils down to is your preference. I mean, you know, some people love putting all of the cool tones together, like the purples, the teals, the blues, the greens, and, you know, they'll throw in black. And then other people, oh, they just love the oranges and the reds and the pinks and the yellows, and they'll throw brown in there sometimes too. But it's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do, right? So but the more color play that you do, the better you get at it, and then finally everything starts to click. So learning to play with color, you need practice, right? So the best place to practice is in your own stash, right? You might also find, like, going off to a quilt store, you might see like, okay, like these fat quarters kind of go, yeah, they would be fun. They would be fun to play with, and, you know, come in and maybe I need more of this or more of that. Whenever I go to a quilt store, I always forget to buy my plaids and my stripes. And herringbone, like a good check or a herringbone, I always forget to buy those because they add lots of variety into your quilts as well. Like, you need all the different textures when you're doing scrappy quilts, but that's different. That's another day. That's for another day, those kind of lessons. So this was fun, just with some fabric from my stash and a cell phone that you can put on darks. Now, some of the newer cell phones, like this is an iPhone. So some of the newer ones, it's 3 circles. There's, you know, all linked up together. So you'll have to try with those to see, you know, which one yours will work with best. So anyways, I hope you have a great day ahead. Okay, you take care. All right, bye. Well, oh, we're going to start Curves Boot Camp right away. So on the next videos, the next Mondays and Thursdays drop, there's going to be Curve Boot Camps. New patterns are coming out. And we're hoping you at least try one a week. The only way you're going to get good at curves is by practicing as well. Just like color theory. Okay, so take care. Bye! My husband and I would love to thank you for coming along with us on our little fun adventure here that we're having. We do have a Facebook group now, and that Facebook group is got some very, very talented quilters in there, and we love sharing and, you know, posting pictures and commenting, and it's been a lot of fun. And the advantage of the Facebook group is sometimes I drop patterns in there early, so you kind of get a hint as to what is coming next. After the nosegay sew along, we're going to be doing Curves Boot Camp right away. So we'll get you sewing those curves, and it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of interesting little blocks that we've got to work on. But we would like you to share, like, and subscribe. Telling your friends about us and letting them know that you kind of like our channel, that means so much to us here. So you take care. You have a fabulous week ahead. Okay, bye!